From Studio 1A at KSPB World Headquarters, this is... What do you mean they're not ready?
I'll go get someone. You ready?
Bryce, I'm an intro student. I do not know what I'm doing here.
Maybe next year. What do you say, Alex? Alex? Alex! Alex!
I mean, you know we could, but...
We gotta go walk our fish.
Thought you'd never ask. Welcome to the 2021-2022 episode of RLS News in association with KSPB 91.9, the land of bumpin' and bangin' beats. I'm DJ Crispy.
And I'm DJ Quilliam. On today's episode, we'll be running through some of our team's greatest hits from throughout this school year.
This school year, we had the chance to interview some students from the Stevenson Lower Campus on Halloween.
So naturally, in the spirit of Halloween, we headed there to ask some students about their greatest fears. Warning though, things do get pretty spooky.
But first, we're going to stop by our Spice Talk crew, who are going to be interviewing a coach on campus while eating hot wings.
We'll be checking in on them throughout today's episode to see how they're holding up. Should be fun.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah.
boys. Just
Yeah.
so you know, I'm happy to be here.
I feel like you don't quite know what you're getting into. Not think.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little overly confident right now.
Overly confident, okay.
So you know, we'll see.
You think you'll be able to get through it?
Personally, yes, I do.
Okay.
But,
He's confident. He's confident.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Oh, he went in. He went in.
That's a juicy one.
So we'll all eat at the same time, and then if you want to ask the first question.
I can get into the first question after.
Okay.
Dive into it first.
Let's get a little.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
There you go.
We'll see how they're doing in a little bit once that spice kicks in. But for now, let's head to our Vox Pop.
So without further ado, let's get to it. My name is Quinn, and your name is?
Matthias.
All right, Matthias. What would you say is your greatest fear?
I don't really like spiders.
Neither do I. Good answer. Thank you. My name is Quinn, and your names are?
Coco, Sloan Cooper.
All right, guys. What would you say are your greatest fears?
My greatest fear is probably confidence. Losing everyone I love.
Pretty serious ones. All right. Different than the last guy who said spiders. Thank you. Hi, my name is Quinn, and what's your name?
Quinn. Actually.
All right. Well, Quinn. What's your greatest fear?
I don't really know.
All right. Thank you. Hi, my name is Quinn. What's your name?
My name's Richard Walker.
Nice to meet you. What would you say is your greatest fear?
Ooh, my greatest fear. That's a tough one because I'm not that fearful. Maybe extreme heights. I don't mind looking 3,000 feet straight down a cliff, but I would say that's my greatest fear, that all of a sudden I slip and fall.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Well, there you have it. That was our Halloween Vox Pop.
Next, we have another DJ of ours, D-Mob, interviewing a former DJ and radio host who discusses her experiences during the 20th century radio era.
Okay, hello. So this is my interview with Rona Renner, who is also my grandmother. That happens to be. So Rona, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm the grandmother of David Bray. That's number one. And I have 4 other grandchildren too, and 4 children. And I've been a nurse for about 56 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote a book called Is That Me Yelling? And I have been a radio host for, I don't know, probably over 20, 25 years. I've done different radio programs. And I have a wonderful husband named Nick.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, so we can get into some more specific questions. So when you're hosting on the radio, could you outline what your hosting style is or how you go about that?
Yeah. I did a show for 10 years called
Mhm.
Childhood Matters, and that was where I actually got paid to do radio.
Mhm.
And I had a whole staff, and it was wonderful because I didn't have to work too hard at getting the guests and producing the show. But that show was more produced. What I
Mhm.
mean by that is there were segments. So we would have someone go out and interview people. We called it Person on the Street. And I'd have a topic, and I'd have a guest, and I'd start interviewing my guest and having a conversation. And then there would be some music, and then we'd bring in the person on the street. And it would be like a 2-minute segment of voices of parents talking about, say, putting their kids to sleep, or how not to use harsh discipline. And then the interview was wonderful because I had an expert, but I was also very knowledgeable in parenting. That was my specialty as a nurse. And then we would take calls.
Speaking about your book, can you tell me a little bit about that process, the publishing process, that kind of thing?
Well, I had an idea for this book. I wanted to do something that would help parents be less reactive to their kids, because I had been too reactive at times in my parenting.
Okay.
And I came up with the great title, Is That Me Yelling?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted it to not make parents feel bad, but to help them learn to be more observant of what they did. So I wrote a chapter, I wrote an outline, and I brought it to a publisher. You get a lot of rejections, but they just accepted it.
That's awesome.
I think it was really wonderful because the title was so cool. And I did have a coach help me. So in the beginning, I was really nervous about writing a book because I have learning disabilities. I have a little dyslexia. And I got a coach. So I really say to people, get help when you're working on something and you want to do it. Reach out to find people who will help you. That process is really important in any creative work, I think.
Super interesting stuff. If you want to learn more about radio stations of the past, you can find the full videos of everything we show today in the links below.
And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button to see all upcoming KSPB projects and content.
Next up, we have DJ Spork, who went out and challenged some siblings to see how well they know each other. Without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Okay, first question, logistics. When are each other's birthdays? All right, 3, 2, 1, up. Does this check out?
Yes.
Okay, I like it,
Yeah, through the year.
Yes. Points for specifics.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that is fun.
And do they check out?
No. April 3rd.
What is it?
My birthday is April 3rd. I mean, Keikoa's, yours is February 17th. I know I got yours right. But wow.
How are we feeling about these? Correct. Good? Are we feeling still? Yes. We still love each other? Thoughts? Okay, aggressively wrong. Aggressively wrong? Thought process?
I don't know. I just know our birthday's in fall, and I don't know how to count months.
Okay, I'm sure. You got September, right? September 28th.
September 28th? That's not even aggressively
What's
wrong.
yours?
August 16th.
Oh. And we have a little disagreement. Can I have some reasoning?
I mean, being the older sibling in the household, a lot of the responsibility falls on me. So, like, my parents are out of town, you know, I'm the one who has to step up and watch Keikoa. And I feel like I do a pretty good job of doing that. And try to be a responsible role model for Keikoa.
Does he do a good job of watching you?
Not really. Sometimes I'm just home alone. What? What? This is false information.
So clearly the sibling pairs on campus have some catching up to do.
Honestly, I'm a little upset they didn't include our attempt in there just because we weren't siblings.
Very unfortunate. I'd say we got closer on some of those questions than they did. Now, I'd say it's been quite a while since we've checked in on our Spice Talk crew. Let's pay them a visit.
Okay.
I mean, should we get into the next sauce here? I mean,
Oh my God, this is probably my last one. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, already?
I already said I wasn't
I
gonna.
already told you, he's a vanilla type of guy. He's not too good at this.
all right, well, the next one we got here is the Scorpion Stinger.
Oh gosh.
Extreme hot sauce. Trinidad. So, look at that one right here.
There we go. I knew we were gonna start.
Yeah, it's
It's
starting to get up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Scorpion Stinger, huh?
Let's get some of that on.
I'm a little light.
How
about you?
Take note, it says extreme down below.
It does.
I'm gonna go a little bit
With
more
the
lighter
caution
on the
tape.
sauce intake today.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers it up.
Come on.
Alrighty. Cheers.
We're all gonna dip it in the fluids today, I think.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt the last one before a little more. I think.
I'm with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one actually isn't that bad.
Yeah.
This one tastes way closer like the buffalo wings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the one
Hey,
before
this
definitely.
one has me sweating a little more though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can feel.
Are you sure you put it in the right order?
Yeah, it's the order that Mr. Hayes said. But yeah, the one before definitely felt.
They're definitely starting to feel it, although they are still yet to dive into the spiciest of sauces, so we'll see how they hold up against those in a little bit.
We definitely will. Now, up next, we have DJ Emotion and DJ Armac live with a quick recap of our athletic achievements this year at Stevenson School. Over to you, boys.
Thanks, DJ Crispy and DJ Quilliam. I'm DJ Emotion.
And I'm DJ Armac, and we're your sports anchors today. While there are many achievements this year, here's some special highlights.
On the heels of its first Northern California sailing team title, Stevenson School went out and won the Stevenson Regatta Trophy in the Monterey Harbor. Ryan Marquez was part of the two-person FJ sloop team, steering it to wins in 5 of the 7 races he took part in.
For boys water polo, the team finished 17-5 overall with a 10-0 record in the Gavilan Division, giving them first place in the league and a CCS berth. Jasper Dale was named MVP. Wiley Dale was named Offensive Player of the Year. Jasper Dale was also named First Team All-CCS and will play water polo at UC Irvine next year.
Girls water polo finished with 25 overall with a 10-0 record in the Gavilan Division. Kate Morgan was named MVP. Sophia Bozzo was named Offensive Player of the Year. Kate Morgan was also named First Team All-CCS. Morgan will play water polo at Stanford.
While football did not win league like water polo, Evan Johnson committed to play football at BYU, which is an unbelievable accomplishment.
The varsity girls golf team had an amazing season and finished with a 12-0 record in the Gavilan Division. They also won the PCAL Championship Tournament. They finished 4th in CCS this year.
Nikki Inyakov was named Player of the Year. She also medaled with a 6th place finish in the CIF State Golf Championship.
Girls volleyball finished 15-7 overall with a 10-2 record in the Santa Lucia Division, giving them 2nd place. The team also qualified for the first playoff berth since 1996 and won a first-round game.
For girls tennis, Laura Scheisel was the singles runner-up in PCAL. In girls soccer, Romy Marks was selected to play in the County All-Star Soccer game. Girls soccer was named the Elige Belizio Sportsmanship Team for the Santa Lucia Division.
For boys soccer, Nathaniel Hahn was named Middle Field of the Year. He was also selected to play in the County All-Star Soccer game.
In girls basketball, the team finished with a 10-0 record in the Mission Division. They were seeded number 4 in CCS. Rio Kosan was named Mission Division MVP while also named to the All-County basketball team.
The boys basketball team was seeded number 2 in CCS and lost in the championship game. They gained berth to the NorCal State Tournament. Evan Johnson and Trent Toole were both named to the All-County basketball team. Boys basketball was also named the Elige Belizio Sportsmanship Team for the Mission Division.
Baseball was league champions for the first time since 1985. Seeded number 5 in CCS, and then they lost in the semifinals. Ryder McCormick, aka myself, was also named the Defensive Player of the Year.
Boys lacrosse team won their league. The Player of the Year was given to goalie Darnell Adler.
The girls lacrosse team became PCAL co-champions. Ria Kosan was awarded Player of the Year.
The softball team won the CCS section championship for the first time in school history.
Boys swimming was undefeated and won the Gavilan Division. Matt Choi was the league champion in the 100 fly and 100 back. He, alongside Adrian Jin and Beckett Haywood, earned a CCS berth.
The boys tennis team finished undefeated 8-0 and won the Gavilan Division. The team qualified for CCS and lost in the second round. Vikram Puwar and William McMillan qualified for the CCS doubles tournament.
Boys golf completed its 5th consecutive undefeated league season. They finished 3rd in CCS championship and advanced to the NorCal championships. Luke Brandler qualified for state championship as an individual.
For track, Evan Johnson set a new school record in the 100 meter and 200 meter. With Evan's 100 meter time of 10.41, he also set a new Monterey County record.
Evan Johnson finished 4th in the 100 meter and 10th in the 200 meter in the state championship.
Both Evan Johnson and John Puka qualified for CCS in the respective races, with Johnson winning CCS in both the 100 meter and 200 meter. Kai Kobrak and Javon Huang both set a school record in the pole vault.
Well, that about wraps it up for sports this year.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you for that wonderful overview. It's been a great year for sports at Stevenson, and hopefully we can improve our performance over the upcoming year.
To round out today's episode, we have an interview from a recently graduated senior, our very own DJ Flash, talking with faculty about some of the advice they have for departing seniors.
Hi, I'm DJ Flash, and today I'm going to be walking around campus asking teachers if they have any advice for the seniors this year.
Sure, I've got 2 pieces of advice. I think as seniors head off to college, they think that everything is sort of set in their lives. And my two pieces of advice are, one, to make sure to pay attention to the social side of your life, not just the academic side of your life when you start at a new place. Getting to know people and being involved with people is really going to help you both on the social side of things and on the academic side of things. And then the second is to remember that nothing is set in stone. I think that people feel like they have a major that they need to follow or a career that they're going to end up in. And I think you want to follow Stevenson's motto of shaping a joyful life. Figure out what it is that you love, and if you are able to do what you love, everything else will follow along the way.
I would say my biggest advice for seniors is when you're in college, get to know your professors and your friends, because a lot of times those people will help you get jobs after school in college, and that's the best way to get mentorship, because after you graduate from college, it's a little more difficult and you have to do things by yourself.
Do you have any advice for seniors leaving this year?
Do I? Listen, mind your own business. Stay out of other folks' business, seriously. When people start gossiping to you, keep your mouth shut, just listen. It's a safe way to not develop a reputation for being a jerk. And that's going to be really important, especially your first year of college, because you do not want to cultivate any sort of like janky reputation. Make new friends. Even if you're going to the same school as a friend or other people from Stevenson, also make new friends. You're going to be in a bigger pond with more, different kinds of people. Have fun with that. Lean into that. And go to your professor's office hours. Do not wait to, speak to your professor because you're confused about something or, you got your first bad grade, because that's going to happen.
The advice I give most years, it's be open to new things when you're off of college or wherever's next. So I'm fond of saying you don't know what you don't know. So you might take a class and you might be thinking of majoring in something, but you take a class in another area and it catches your interest, and then you take another one, and then you never know.
It's great to hear from DJ Flash again. He will be missed here at KSPB.
Before we end, though, it's time we take one final look at how the Spice Boys are handling the heat. It sounded like they were going to keep it pretty mellow, though, so I don't expect to see much of a reaction.
I'm eating around it. All right. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh, God.
This was an absolute mistake.
Holy man. Oh, my. Oh, my. My mouth. My mouth. Oh, my. Oh, my God.
I put nothing on it.
I got you out.
All right. What state would you get rid of and why if you could get rid of one state?
New Jersey.
California.
That's not a state.
Yeah, to me it is.
Why is that? Explain.
God. Why? We explain. We're on a time limit here.
Have some sports teams that are extremely disliked. They don't really need to be in the picture anymore.
Like the Rams?
Oh my God.
How many windows are there in New York?
What?
You heard me.
20 million?
What two items would you take with you if you were shipwrecked on a shipwrecked on a deserted island? It hurts to laugh. Where all your food and water is.
Oh, my face is numb.
I would take it.
Wow. I should have added more, yeah.
I'm happy to answer another question. You want help?
When will it end? Do you have any big plans for the next 10 years?
I'm back.
Yeah, I think with that. Wow, yeah, I think it sounds.
This is my fourth milk.
Yeah, wow, well. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for us on the show.
This was episode 3 of Spice Talk. This is KSPB. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Coach Keogh, for joining us, and hello, Kason, for being witness to this catastrophe.
Boys are buzzing, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Cut.
Well, that did not go as planned. Looks like that overconfidence did not pay off in the end.
Definitely did not. But that's all for today. Once again, you can find full versions of all of the clips shown today down in the description, and you can listen to any of our DJ's shows live on KSPB Pebble Beach 91.9 or online at kspb.org.
One final time, I'm DJ Crispy.
And I'm DJ Quilliam.
And from all of us here at KSPB, the land of bumpin' and bangin' beats, thank you for watching and good night. We'll see how they're doing in a little bit. Oh, that came out of nowhere.
It's more water time.
So clearly the sibling pairs on campus have some catching up to do.
Honestly, I'm a little...
Well, that about wraps it up for sports this year.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Start again.
Do that outro one more time.
All right.